get it out of Ennis's hands. He's been clutch. Just ask Pittsburgh. He's made big plays at the end of games.
Can't come off Cooney. Fair. Offensive foul.
Jim Boeheim is livid, and I don't blame him. He is livid.
And a technical.
No, a T on top of it. No, don't end the game like this, like that.
I did not believe that Rodney Hood got there. You give him a tremendous amount of credit for taking that charge, but I didn't believe that was the correct call from my vantage point. But we're 150 feet away.
Did he throw him out of the game?
He did. He got 2 technicals.
Oh, you don't want to see the game end like this. He had a right to scream. There's times where the coach has a right. Come on now.
Remember, the feet have to be set before the player begins his upward motion into the shot. I think we'd all agree, guys, it's probably the toughest call to make in basketball, and it's being called differently this year than it was in the past. And that's about as angry as you will ever see Jim Boeheim.
Well, the problem is, you know, he may have a beef with the call, but the problem is that ends the game right there.
Absolutely.
There's still 10.4 seconds, 2-point game.
It's over.
I mean, that was a player control foul. Now the game's over.
It's over. I think sometimes as an official, you got to let the guys scream and yell. I mean,
well, not when he runs out on the court like that. There was nothing wrong with that technical foul. Both of them were fine. What I'm saying is, right call, wrong call. Jim Boeheim's reaction ended the game.
I don't know, as a coach, I just feel sometimes, you're right, I mean, he definitely left the coach's box, and you're going to go by the rules. He definitely was warranted for a tee, but to see it end like that.
There's nothing the official could do with the reaction. That reaction was not reasonable. Not liking the call was reasonable, but not the reaction.
Yeah, I guess no choice. I guess you look at really up here, just hate to see a game end like that.
And Hood will use Duke's last timeout, unable to get the ball in. Remember the play up at the Carrier Dome. Duke fans were upset after the game that Hood didn't get free throws when he tried to jam the ball into the end of the game. That call went Syracuse's way. Syracuse won that game. And now again, right at the end of this game, officiating comes into play. This time it goes Duke's way.
Well, I thought the call at the Carrier Dome was really clear that that was a foul. Now, I felt this was a block, but this one is actually a lot closer than the other one.
Very close here. I mean, it's really questionable. You could go either way. The official, in his mind, I mean, he thinks he makes the right call. There's no question Boeheim left the court. No question he violated the rule. He reacted negatively. I just hate to see the scene end like this.
Yeah, there's nothing the official could do there other than call a tee and then call the second one.
No, he definitely stepped out of bounds. And I'll tell you
but hey, wait a minute. Let's be clear. Like that, the call on Rodney, the charge call did not end the game. Jim Boeheim ended the game.
It would have been Duke ball up 2 with 10.4 seconds to go.
Absolutely, no question.
Duke inbound the ball, not taking free throws.
Yes, no free throws because it was a player control foul. They got 4 free throws out of the 2 technicals and made 3 of them.
The technicals ended the game, absolutely. And you know it feels bad. He had no choice to call the official. He really down deep, I guarantee you. In his heart, he didn't want to call it, but he had no choice.
Yeah, I don't think the official needs to feel bad. They call it as they see it. That's fine. We can agree, disagree, but the officials are the law of the court. But the reaction ended the game.
And these are that's Tony Green. That's the guy who made the call on the baseline and threw Jim Boeheim out of the game. All three of these officials, guys,
good officials.
You've both been doing games longer than I. These are all very experienced, highly thought of officials.
I mean, we don't know what he said. We're way down here. He probably cursed a little bit, too.
You don't have to know what he said. Just the reaction. I got a pretty good idea what he said.
Actually, if you can read lips at all, we got a pretty good idea what he said.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If you saw me act, I'm looking at it and have cable in those days or TV, because I would have went bananas there, too. They would have taken me out of here.
So Syracuse, which started the season 25-0 on the verge of its second consecutive loss, going to Maryland Monday, going to Virginia next Saturday, and then finishing the regular season after a home game against Georgia Tech, finishing the regular season at Florida State. Their schedule much tougher near the end than it was at the beginning.
And Virginia in great shape. I mean, the ACC regular season title, the #1 seed in the conference, is right in their hands.
Ennis at the line will get 3. The last thing that Mike Krzyzewski wanted to see.
Well, that was not a smart foul at all.
Now with 4.9 seconds on the clock.
Fouling's the only way that this game would be in doubt.
It's been a tough night for Mr. Cooney.
But we have to give a tremendous amount of credit. His tough night was forced by the pressure that Duke put on. This has to be the best defensive performance Duke's put on since they played Michigan.
Yeah, they did a great job. I was going to say we were here for the Michigan game. They were terrific against Michigan defensively.
And I'll tell you what, it couldn't have been easy to get up. You get up for the game, but to sustain the emotion after playing an emotional game Thursday night, to have this kind of an emotional game on Saturday. I'm not sure there's been 2 big-time games like this in a row that Duke's had in a long, long time.
Well, it simulates a tournament setting for him.
So Duke with a win tonight would go to 22-6, 11-4 in the conference, and extend their home court winning streak to 31. Their 3 remaining regular season games are at home to Virginia Tech, at Wake Forest, and then at home to Carolina. So they'll be trying to revenge the defeat they suffered 48 hours ago.
Carolina, one of the hot teams in America now. Won by 30+ today. Syracuse is going to face some real challenges right now. They're going to have to regroup, get themselves back in that winner's mentality. Not going to get easy. Going to leave here, go to Maryland Monday night, and then a trip to Charlottesville on Saturday.
And we're in all likelihood, of course, now looking at a new #1 on a Monday when the poll comes out. The Florida Gators seem primed to take over the top spot. Absolutely. As Syracuse loses for the second time in as many games after starting the year 25-0. Duke avenges the defeat they suffered up at the Carrier Dome 3 weeks ago as they defeat the Orange 66-60 in a hard-fought affair tonight here. Mike Krzyzewski with some thoughts and words for Tyler Ennis and Jeremy Grant as the Orange players make their way off the court.
I don't think there's any doubt the Gators will be #1. Deserve it. They've won 19 in a row. They won on the road today. They haven't lost since December 2nd.
Shannon Spake and Jabari Parker.
Well, a great night for this guy right here, Jabari Parker. This rivalry is officially split. How were you guys able to do tonight what you didn't do in Syracuse 3 weeks ago?
We came in here with one focus. That was to stop their momentum and then create offense on their zone. We did a real good job collectively as a team, and we was able to pull through for the win.
Less than 48 hours ago, your coach said something was missing from your team's game. It was missing. What was the difference here tonight?
I think that extra drive, that extra in games that we lose, we're either up by 5, either up by 2, and we don't finish our plays. And I think today we able to pull through with the charge that Rodney did, and we was able to, to keep on going, keep the momentum.
Thank you, Jabari. Dan, a great rivalry continued here tonight.
All right, Shannon, thank you. A win for Duke here in front of the Crazies at Cameron. The play they'll be talking about, the controversial foul near the end. Jim Boeheim getting teed up and tossed out as Duke wins by 6. Arizona, Colorado. Dave Pasch, Bill Walton, Holly Rowe. Take it away.
And Dan Boulder is bouncing. Fans preparing for one of the biggest nights in program history. Sold-out crowd. College game day on hand. And the 4th ranked Arizona Wildcats paying a